was made through the Renewed Hope Initiative, the First Lady's flagship humanitarian project, during a condolence visit to the state yesterday being Tuesday. According to a post by the Senior Special Assistant to the First Lady of Media, Busola Kokoyi, on her X handle, the First Lady presented a check for the sum and a consignment of relief materials to Governor Mohammed Bago at the Government House in Minna. The visit followed the recent torrential rains that caused widespread devastation in Mokwa, displacing hundreds of residents and destroying homes, farmlands, and infrastructure.
Well, I love the development that she's giving the money. I only wish she was giving the money directly to the people. I wanted a situation where they will make a list of all those involved and then pay directly to them through their representatives. They're giving 1 billion naira to a governor. I'm not so sure the money will get to the required target audience. That's just my only concern with that donation.
Well, the First Lady has been reaching out, and this wouldn't be the first time she's giving out such a huge sum of money. I'm sure some Nigerians would want to ask the First Lady's office that is not in the Constitution, where is she getting all these billion that she has been donating everywhere?
And she seemed to be as generous as her husband. She went to Obafemi Awolowo University too. They donated 1 billion.
They understand the power of money in Nigerian politics. That is just it. If you have money and you can share money in Nigeria, you'll be very popular. You can win elections. You can practically buy a battalion of soldiers. You can practically make anything possible with your money. President Bola Tinubu and his wife understand that. This wouldn't be the first time. Even we can cast our minds back. But in all of this, like you pointed out, your concerns are indeed germane. We have NGOs that can actually help distribute this monies better. Whenever things go through the political class, they have a way of politicizing it. I won't be surprised if you go to Niger State today, you hear an announcement that everybody should go to his political ward and collect his own share. Those who do not have political ward, or those who do not align with any political party, automatically they would lose out. But let's see how it goes. And beyond the donation, let's also start looking at our ways of responding to emergencies. We most times fold our hands, just like what happened in Niger. I can bet you nothing tangible would be done apart from the donation of money, food items,
another rainy season.
Exactly. We'll fold our hands and wait. By this time next year, we'll speak English again, donate, condole, commend, condemn, and that is it. We'll wait for the next one again to happen. Whereas God has given us the thinking ability to surmount some of these challenges. Maybe not all of them, but there are things we can do to reduce the effect of some of these things in our environment. But most times we don't. We just wait for the next one to happen. We issue statements, condole with the victims, and that is it. The next one comes, the same thing.
The National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has confiscated banned, expired and registered products worth over 1.5 billion naira during an enforcement operation at the Lagos Street Fair Market. The operation, which focused on the cosmetics section of the market, was led by the Director of Investigation and Enforcement, Mr. Martins. According to a post on the official X handle, several warehouses were found stocked various unregistered consumer goods, including cosmetics and food items, without appropriate labeling or expiring dates. The operation also is coming shortly after a similar raid at the Alakwere area of Ketu, Lagos, where NAFDAC uncovered illegal sale of expired food additives, counterfeit chemicals, repackaged pharmaceutical raw materials. NAFDAC has warned traders and distributors against stocking or selling such products that are not duly registered or carry expired manufacturing details.
All right, so there you have it. I've heard some importers, some traders argue that, hey, what we are selling is not fake. It's actually the original from the manufacturer.
So why no get?
That is it. As far as the laws are concerned in Nigeria, there are certain products you would want to sell. You must register, capital letters. You must register such products with NAFDAC. Failure to do that, the agency has the right to seize the product and tag it unwholesome product because they have not verified. But if you're interested in that product, the right thing to do is make them available to NAFDAC. They would carry out their due processes, investigate the products. If they are wholesome, if they are good for human use, I'm sure they would give you the approval, the NAFDAC number and everything you will need. But because people, they will tell you, this one is coming from the United States, it's coming from Europe, as a result they don't need NAFDAC number. No, that is not how things work. Every country has its own standard. There are certain things we consume here in Nigeria. If you take it, even with NAFDAC number, you take it to certain countries, they will tell you no, that this did not meet our standard, or this is more than what we allow our people to consume. There's this Yoruba man who has been in court for quite a long number of years now with the manufacturers of Coca-Cola in Nigeria. The man shipped Coca-Cola, Fanta, to the UK. But guess what? When these products that we consume on a daily basis here in Nigeria got there, the agencies there said, no, Oga, the kind of Coke, the quality that you are importing into our country is different from what we allow in our country. So people should learn. It doesn't make sense working hard, making so much money. Now you use the money to import things that at the end of the day you will not be able to sell and make profits. Rather, you just bring problems for yourself. Let's talk politics now. The African Democratic Congress, ADC, has called on President Bola Tinubu to stop announcing monetary rewards in US dollars, saying it shows a lack of respect for Nigeria's own currency, the Naira. The party's spokesman Bolaji Abdullahi made a statement in a post on X on Tuesday. He reacted to the recent cash rewards given to Nigeria's national female football team, the Super Falcons, and the basketball team, the Tigers, for their achievements. While thanking the president for recognizing the efforts of the athletes, Abdullahi criticized the choice of currency used for the reward. He ended the post by referencing the National Orientation Agency, saying, Mr. President, sir, NOA says, stop the Naira abuse.
When the president made that announcement for the Super Falcons, I was taken aback as well, because EFCC has also been part of this campaign, telling private schools, particularly those Ivy League schools, against collecting money in dollars, making transaction in dollars. So when the president was making the announcement and said so dollars, I'm like, Tinubu, why you not just call it in Naira? You know, we are hyping this dollar too much. You complain about a dollarized economy and you're giving vibe to making transactions in dollars. Coming from Mr. President, I'm particularly myself, I felt some type of way. So when ADC came with the reaction, like, okay, so you too, you saw what I saw. Our leaders should, learn to lead by example. You don't tell us to do things right, be patriotic, and then when it's time for you to also show us the way or lead the way, you do the contrary. No.
Well, to be fair to the president, at least I listened to his address before or while hosting the Super Falcons, and the president clearly stated the Naira equivalent of $100,000. He stated it. So I just feel the opposition
Why not
is
just
trying to
mention
be
the
opposition.
figure? Why mentioning dollars?
Well, the thing is, at least he said the Naira equivalent of $100,000. Let's set the record straight. We can't run away from that. But opposition, the ADC, this is why they exist. They would always look for loopholes. Whatever the president says, they would look for things to explore or exploit and use it against him. But having said that, those who are pointing one finger at Mr. President they should also look at the mirror. 4 of the other fingers are pointing right back at them.
Are you referring to Atiku?
Exactly.
And his dollarized primary.
Exactly. Since the man started contesting, at least since 1999, people refer to him as the man who shares dollar during primaries. I'm here to see a Nigerian top politician who doesn't move around with dollar in his pockets. The governors, maybe apart from maybe the lower ones, the commissioners downwards, but from the governors upwards, these men spend dollars. Even the late former president, as prudent and rigid as he was, he was caught sharing dollars, giving dollar to someone. Talking about the late Muhammadu Buhari. So it's now like a trend amongst the political elites. Naira is too voluminous for them to move around with. What's the essence of moving around with 1 million naira that will fill one bag?
Carry one small envelope.
Just one small envelope, exactly. Now 10 million naira there inside. That's what most of them, they are babariga. They have dollars, all of them. So for me, the ADC, they should all talk to themselves. It is not just about President Bola Tinubu. To be fair to President Bola Tinubu, maybe Malam Bolaji Abdullahi should go listen to the president's speech. He said the naira equivalent of $100,000. We'll take a break now. When we're done with that, we have more stories to look at. Stay with us.
In the kitchen game, there are players and then Agba Ballers, MVP, Player of the Year, 10-0, no rival. Become an Agba Baller with the new improved Maggi chicken flavor, made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric to bring out your top game in the kitchen. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go!
New Maggi chicken flavor, my game changer.
Ihe ni ụtụtụ pụrụ iche nke eji ọmarịcha Peak Dairy Cream ọhụrụ wee hazie. Ị ga-eriju afọ ma racha aka gị. Iriju afọ nke ọma, ọrụ ụtụtụ gị ga-aga siriri werere. Mgbe ọrụ ụtụtụ gara nke ọma, ụbọchị gị ga-abụzi aka nchawa.
Maazị, biko Peak Dairy Cream ọhụrụ a, ya na Peak Full Cream ọ bụ otu ihe?
Mbano, Peak Dairy Cream bụ nke eji skimmed milk mepụta, naanị maka ịṅụ tii na kọfị. Mana Peak Full Cream bụ mmiri ara ehi zuru oke dịka chi siri kee ya.
Kpori ọmarịcha dị mma nke nri ụtụtụ site na Peak Dairy Cream ọhụrụ. Ọ bụ naanị naira 130.
Peak, reach for your peak.
Thank God, finally, network don't gree pick up.
Finally, care, wait till they solve my brother.
Don't they buzz your line like say tomorrow no day, no response.
My brother make you no vessel. Now network from my area don't close scatter. Some area boys come vandalize the telecom mast. Where they here?
Them try for my area too, but our people no gree. Now so we take form vigilante. Now they don't they got that mast like say now oh yeah where.
That one a smart move. I go tell my neighbor make it table this matter for our CDA meeting.
Now so it's supposed to be. Once them break mast or cut fiber cable, everywhere go just jam like say na traffic for road. School go dull, hospital go slow, even bank na the whole economy na dey connect slap. Vandalizing telecom infrastructure dey affect everybody. If your eye jam anything wey no pure, make you dial 622 from any network or send mail go protect@ncc.gov.ng. This message now from mobile network operators and tower companies with full backing plus support from the Nigerian Communications Commission.
When they knock, you don't need fear. Headache, waist pain, Baba don't dia. Baba don't. From joint to muscle, you go clear the way. Baba don't. With double combo, way to walk all day. Baba don't. Fast relief, no stress at all. Baba don't. Stand up tall with Baba don't. Baba don't.
Babadol na brand of paracetamol and diclofenac sodium wey dey effective for the relief of pain, fever, headaches, dysmenorrhea, ankylosing spondylitis, actinic keratosis, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, ocular inflammation plus other small aches and pains dem. Na Patrick Lingo Pharmaceuticals Limited dey market Babadol for Obodo, Nigeria. E dey available for stores and pharmacies nationwide. Babadol na for strong relief for take carry go. If symptoms don't gree go after 2 days, abeg go see your doctor.
Little body, big moves. Little brain, big learning. your little child is eager to do big things. Every sachet of Cerelac Junior comes with the nutrition they need: natural grains, protein, and iron to support their physical growth, learning, and development. So you can fully enjoy your little one's big moments of growth.
N'ihi na abụ m nne bụrụkwa dọkịta na-ahụ maka eze, aghọtara m na ọ dị mkpa inwe ọmarịcha eze gbasiri ike na-amụke amụke ma nwekwa isi ọma. Ya mere m ji enye ezinụlọ m obisi ike na Pepsodent Triple Protection 123. Ọ bụ toothpaste atọ dị n'ime otu na-egbochi eze mgbu, na-enyekwa ha eze na-acha ọcha na-enwu zaa na isi ọma. Ya bụ ike Pepsodent Triple Protection 123.
Juliet baby.
Romeo, ọkwa gị na ọnụ ụtọ gị abịago ọzọ.
Asa, ya ka m mebie gị taa. Ne, m ga-ebu ụzọ zite ego na line Airtel gị ahụ. Bịa dọbụlụ ya ozugbo ma tinye data n'elu ya tupu m nyezie ego nsusu ọnụ.
Oge bụ onye ga-eme ihe ndị a niile ka ọ bụ Airtel Ovajara Extra?
Ịnụkwa, ọ bụkwa Airtel Ovajara Extra ka Romeo chọrọ iji gbado Juliet. Zụta SIM gị taa ka Airtel Dash ya gị bụ nọọsụ 200%, ya bụ mmezi ego airtime na data ruru 100%, ya na welcome bonus 1000 na data marginal bụ ruo ọnwa atọ. Ndị ahịa anyị nwekwara ike ịpịa *414*2# iji bido ya. Usoro na ọnọdụ dịkwa ya. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Reveal your skin's radiance with Nivea Perfect and Radiant Body Lotion. The trusted unique formula enriched with berry extracts and UV filters to reduce dark spots and restore your skin's natural radiance. Say hello to radiant skin. Try the full Nivea Perfect and Radiant range to unlock your most radiant self.
People and politics, providing the alternative voice within the democratic space.
All right, you're welcome back. So media aides to senators representing Abia South and Abia Central, that's talking about Enyinaya, Abaribe and Austin Akobondu, said that their principals were not aware and nor involved in the African Democratic Congress coalition meeting that was held in Umuahia on Saturday last week. The media aides Uchoma Awom and Jude Ndukwe said that the two senators did not sign any communique endorsing Ike Nwoke as the interim chairman of ADC in Abia State, amongst other things. The spokesperson of these senators made this known in a statement, and I quote, "The story is not only untrue, but also the manipulative machinations of desperate elements to hoodwink and mislead unsuspecting members of the public. There is no way Senator Akobondu, a PDP senator, would have involved himself in the activities of another party to the extent of endorsing a chairman for it," unquote. However, a communique that was distributed to journalists on Saturday by one Mr. Ike Nwoke led faction of ADC had listed the names of some prominent people as those who authorized the communique and also endorsed him. He made a list of names, and two of them have come out to say, "We know deal."
Well, if the senators are serious, they should go beyond "we know they," given the gravity of the communique that their names appeared on. One would have expected the senators, if not for any other thing, I know Senator Einia Baribe and how thorough he can be. Bring the people behind that communique, maybe sue them. Beyond issuing press statements and denying that you weren't part of any meeting, endorsement of one Ike, what's his name again? So for me, I expect more from the two senators, Akobondu and Abaribe. The press statement they released for me is too watery, given the gravity of what is at stake here. We're talking about the strongest coalition right now. Some from the way the senators were sounding, how can some people wake up in the morning, draft a communique and insert your name and you just dismiss it with a wave of the hand?
Well, I don't know who this Ike Nwoke is. Well, the man has been causing a lot of trouble, issuing statements here and there when everybody who knows that the recognized leadership of ADC in Abia State is led by Don Norman. Any other leadership, I'm not aware of it. As far as I'm concerned, they're just part of those people who just come and cause divisions in political parties. And the statement from Abaribi and Akobundu is a confirmation that, look, guy, we don't know you, who you be, right? But you know, such things always happen in politics. When a strong voice is coming on board, they will just bring somebody to scuttle the whole thing, bring disunity. I remember the Apapa Labour Party. I don't even know what title to give to Apapa, but he did a lot of bad things at that time. And now we're having a new man too, a former governorship candidate from Gombe State, who is also saying, I'm the deputy. If the chairman is no longer there, I should be. So David Mark is null and void. So there are people like this who will always come up. But this particular Ike seemed to be very, very vocal. The guy is just everywhere.
Well, it is obvious that somebody somewhere is bankrolling his activities. And another day to remind those who are behind the ADC, if you think the opponents, the ruling party, they would fold their hands and allow you to have a smooth ride,
for where?
Then you're sleeping on a bicycle. The truth is, things like this would happen. It would intensify in the coming days. There'll be more people claiming to be this, to be that. And to be fair to Don Norman Aguibeku, as far as the ADC is concerned in Abia, the man has actually made all the necessary sacrifices.
Fought all the battles, Ben.
The man deserves all the recognition he's getting today. He single-handedly brought the party down to Abia. I remember during the last election,
fought Bishop Onoha,
how unpopular it was, but he stuck to his gun, did his thing, even when the then ruling party, members of the PDP, were reaching out to him, practically mocking him. Oga, you were wasting your time in that your party. He said, no problem, let me waste my time. Today, the fan has turned towards his direction, and some persons feel, hey, you just cannot enjoy this thing alone. We must cause you problem. We have law courts, okay? Let these troublemakers be taken to the courts and let the courts decide. That's for the senators. Then for Don Norman, who is the officially recognized chairman, nothing stops him from calling the police to say, look at what we have been experiencing, writing a petition. He's a good writer.
He issued a statement last week. I don't know if you saw it. He distributed it. I have a copy, on my WhatsApp, handle, space rather, where he did issue a statement regarding this Ike Nwoke led, I don't know what to call him now, faction. Is there really a faction? So he did issue a statement, to answer your question.
Okay, still from Abia, the Council of Registered Builders of Nigeria, COBAN, and the Nigerian Institute of Building, NIOB, Abia State, have blamed the spate of building collapse on the patronage of quacks, who claim to be site engineers, and failure of regulatory authorities in enforcing the laws guiding building projects in the state. The builders, who stated during a press briefing in Umuahia following the recent collapse of two separate buildings at Low Cost Housing Estate Umuahia and World Bank Housing Estate in Aba within a space of 8 days, called for the arrest and imprisonment of impersonators of site engineers. The State Practice Committee Chairman of COBAN, Wisdom Okoro, who led the group, alleged that charlatans now handle about 90 out of 100 housing projects in the state, and called on concerned authorities to adopt and implement the building code developed by NIOB since 2006. Let's take a listen.
Let the government give a decree and order to stop all building projects above bungalow until either the developer or the contractor produces the builder who is undertaking the building production. Any project that is going on in this country, before it is approved, the planning authorities or development authorities should ask the developer to produce a contractor who has a builder in his employ. Or if the developer is handling that project direct labor, he should produce the builder that should stand attest that is going to handle the building production process. The law that established the building industry and even the code and all of them stated that it is only the builder who stays on site to handle the building project process. So it's a misnomer for anybody to stand in site and claim that is the site engineer.
Also, the state chairman, Nigerian Institute of Building, Chinedunwa Nosike, maintained that the incessant building collapse was as a result of negligence by both the authorities and developers, adding that what qualified someone as a builder was his academic training and a license to practice.
We all know that before you commence any development, first of all, you buy the property and you call a surveyor who will survey the land, then the architect will design for you. Then you go to authority for the approval. Now, all this money, they will make it available to those professionals that are going to handle all these areas. Now, when it comes to the main job, which is to transform whatever thing you have, your client's dream, as a client, you have a dream. I say 1 story, 2 story, you will now give it at the hand of any person. You see.
On his part, NIOB Registrar John Ugweri insisted that the duty of Town Planning Authority in Abia State should not stop at building approvals alone, but should also be followed with strict supervisions, including the use of qualified builders.
Well, this is quite an issue in Abia State. I feel like those who are building houses also patronizes other people because they are cheaper. If you go meet professionals, then go call price for you. So builders who prefer these ones who are cheaper, but I think in the long run, some of them are a time bomb waiting to explode. And that's what the Builders Association or group is saying here, that go to the professionals, let things be done the right way. But in our country, people are looking for shortcuts and cheaper way of doing things.
Well, I think last week I spoke with John Ugweri live on air. That's the registrar. And one of the things that conversation highlighted is the issue of why he felt people were running away from the professionals and going for the so-called quacks. You're not far from the answer, the issue of money. But the truth is, like you heard the professionals say, if you're doing anything beyond bungalow, you need the professionals to help you, because at the end of the day, it would amount to penny wise, pound foolish.
True.
You cut corners, get one man who claims he's a site engineer, and your building gets to the decking, first story, second story, eventually it caves in. All the monies would amount to nothing. So the thing is this: the builders, they also have a role to play in terms of enlightenment. I also remember asking him that day, if someone has money today and wants to build, what are the processes? What is the person supposed to do? How many people know that information? How easily available is that information? So the builders should help publicize the process. If someone wants to build, this is the person's first point of call. This is what the person is supposed to do firstly. Secondly, you go to this office. Thirdly, let people all know, let people understand. But right now, many people do not know. Just get land. Block. Hey, my brother can do this one. My brother can do it. And that's it. Before you know what's happening, building will start springing up. The people who are supposed to checkmate some of these things will just come, mark red. You go settle. The red will disappear. The building keeps going up and up.
And then one day,
that's what we have seen over time.
It goes down. You begin to issue press statement
and blame village people.
Then it's how you're effortlessly funny. Okay, so in Abia State, the government has introduced a new policy granting 6 months paid maternity leave for nursing mothers, 3 weeks for nursing fathers, as part of efforts to promote exclusive breastfeeding, strengthen family bonding. The announcement was made by the First Lady, Mrs. Priscilla Oti, during her speech at the World Breastfeeding Week, which held at the Abia State Children's Specialist Hospital in Umuahia. Mrs. Oti emphasized that the extended leave aims to support couples in bonding with the newborn, fostering harmony in families as well, and she reiterated the commitment of the state to creating a mother-friendly workplace policy.
Well, congratulations to would-be mothers in Abia. Other states have been enjoying this.
Lagos started it.
Yeah, they've been enjoying this for a while. Most federal agencies, if not all of them. So, it is what it is. You may not understand the implication until you get in.
Hell.
That's when you begin to understand what it feels like. It's not easy, both for the mom and the dad, and I'm glad that the government realized that, hey, that even fathers, yes, they may not physically bear the pains and the trauma that comes with child delivery, but all of a sudden, a man that would sleep from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. uninterrupted will no longer be able to sleep. By the time you close your eye 9 p.m., as soon as it clocks 10:30 p.m., you start baby needs to suck. Your sleep is disrupted.
Especially if you're living in a one-room apartment. Hey, I don't know how those ones cope.
Even if it is duplex.
You can hide yourself in one of the rooms if it's duplex.
There are people who can afford to sleep, but there are people who...
Once they hear the cry,
even within the streets, as soon as they hear the cry of a baby, especially their baby, it has a way of striking one special clock that God puts in there. So you'll be forced to wake up and ask Madam, what is it now? And most times women tend to appreciate men who behave like that. If you hear baby crying and you continue sleeping, in the morning, the way Madam will answer your good morning, you begin to think twice.
But it's true now, because a lot of men have made motherhood look like it's a one-man show, right? They feel this is your constituency. My constituency is to provide. Are you kidding me? Somebody go there awake from night till daybreak. You say in work not to be a mother. It's not making sense at all. You know, yesterday I was super excited when I saw this. Even this morning I made a video on my Facebook page appreciating the First Lady, Mrs. Priscilla Oti, for this bold move, and that they should follow through to the Abia Assembly so that it will become law, so that any government that is coming, it's not what you can say, no be me sign them. Let it be law. You know, career women, now we the suffer pass. You give birth to a child after 3 months because you have to go back to work. You now go and enroll the child in one daycare that you don't even know how they care for your child. You dump your child there, and then you come back in the evening after work by 4 to pick the child. Because you have removed breast from the child from morning till 4, the child will reject the breast. That's how a lot of the young children you see these days, they don't suck breast reach 1 year. A lot of them. Most of those people who you see who are able to breastfeed their children more than 6 months, maybe they have crèche in their place of work, or their oga is understanding. Some private sectors do not even have space for you to carry your child and come. And they will let you know, madam, there is no place for this. We cannot take this distraction. You know? And that's one thing I have always appreciated Magic FM for. Once you're a nursing mother, we have somewhere upstairs where you can keep your baby with your house help. Go up there, breastfeed, and come down. Very, very conducive. But a lot of private offices do not have such places. So what do mothers do? You don't have a choice. Go dump them in crèche. And crèche these days, the teacher that is collecting 20,000 naira will use the anger of the small money which they collect, they handle your picking anyhow. Children are suffering. So these 6 months, God, I'm so happy, and I'm hoping that private establishments will key into it, because they are the ones that are always culpable of implementation. Government will implement because they are the one bringing it to the table, but the private sector, please create an enabling environment. Even if now one small corner, you're a father, you're a mother. These are not things we should be begging you for. It's a matter of right and not a privilege. Still from Abia State, the former Attorney General of the state, Chief Umekalo SAN has dismissed claims suggesting that he endorsed Governor Alex Otti for a second term. He says he's not a sycophant and will never shut the door against any Old Bende aspirant for the Abia Guber race in 2027. In a statement he issued yesterday, he said a photograph that was circulating where he was standing alongside a Deputy Inspector General of Police Azubuko Uda and Honorable Alex Ikwechi was an image that was taken during a courtesy visit on the 4th of August by the organizers of a proposed Pan-Old Bende civic reception in honor of the governor. And he clearly stated in that statement that nobody should mistake the picture he took with those two persons as endorsement. He says the political future of Governor Alex Otti depends on Abians and God and not on his endorsement.
Okay, I actually saw the senior advocate's reaction to the stories that trended about 2 days ago. The thing is, politicians will always be politicians. There's this content creator who has been doing a nice job. I don't know if you've seen him. His name is Calvin Black.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
Let me see the edit. So that's exactly what politicians do.
I saw
Be
it.
careful when you hang around them, because
They will spin the photograph in a way that even you see them for social media, your mind will
you'll be
cut.
shouting, Namibi this. When did I say this? Look at the Super Falcons now. Look at the team captain. A statement was put out that she was appreciating President Bola Tinubu for this and that, even stopped short of endorsing his second term. And the lady came out on X to say, please, when did I say this? That's politicians for you. They have a way of twisting things to favor them. They have a way of twisting things to suit their narrative. The man simply said, yes, some people who are proposing to host the governor
Came to my house.
And they told me about it as a bona fide indigene of Old Bende.
I received them.
That's it. And I said no problem, that the governor has done well for him to be honored. And he said he will be part of that grand reception for the governor. But beyond that he did not discuss second term with anybody. He did not say he would be endorsing or he has endorsed the governor for a second term. So he decided to make it clear, but maybe he wasn't listening carefully to the people who came, because I'm aware that Alex Ikweche, the member representing Aba North and Aba South, has from day one, even the first Old Bende communique that was issued, it was all about endorsing Governor Alex Otti for a second term. The grand reception that the senior advocate of Nigeria talked about that he would be part of, what is the essence? Is it not to say, okay, Mr. Governor, you've done well, Old Bende would support you in 2027? So,
receptions. I have covered a lot of grand civic receptions, and it's more like an honor.
Well,
I remember the one
this
they
one
did
they
for
said, if you read the communique, they said it is like Oga will work for you in 2027.
But why is it that Alex Ikweche seems to be the one that is busy looking for groups, organizing parties, what do you call it, grand receptions in honor of endorsement? The man seems to be becoming dramatic these days. Me, even the story is beginning to pinch my ears. Every time you flip the Facebook, you see him taking photo with somebody or saying this about this or saying this. He's getting distracted. That's the way I see it.
Unfortunately, this is Nigeria. The last time I remember we said something, nobody is talking about 2026 anymore. It appears after 2025, the next thing is 2027. In all of this, for me, governance should not suffer. That is it. The people do not care. As for 2027 for now. For now, if you ask an average Nigerian, the price of food should come down. The price of fuel, if it is possible, let it drop. Electricity is choking. So these are the things that concern an average person. Okay, but the politicians would always be politicians. An average Nigerian politician thinks of the next election.
And let me also quickly add, if you are a Bende man, but you are representing the people of Aba North and South, in the Federal House of Reps, it means that whatever you are doing, you should be able to balance the emotions and political aspirations of Ndi Aba North and South, and the bend where you're coming from, because you cannot deny where you come from. Let me give an example. I'm married to an Imo man. If today I go to Imo State and contest an election and I win, I cannot go to that Imo State and everything I'm doing is Abia. My constituents in Imo will be like, come, madam, I don't understand. Are you for us or you are against us? So Ikweche should be able to balance that, even though you're a Bende man, but you're representing another people. So try to balance the feelings and aspirations of these places, because you cannot deny where you're coming from. Very important.
Well, I think people are misconstruing the two. What the man is simply doing is vote for Governor Alex Otti. He did not say Old Ben, the people should come and vote for him.
I wasn't even referring to him.
No, I'm trying to make a point, because I've also seen reactions from different quarters. People tend to politicize things unnecessarily. The same people who are complaining that the man is saying Old Ben, the people should endorse Governor Otti. I've read the same people praise Governor Alex Otti for being the best thing that ever happened to Abia since Earth was created. So why is it that when Alex Ikweche says, okay, let's host Governor Alex Otti for the much he has done, it becomes a problem? But when other people say, let's recognize Alex Otti for what he has done, it is not a problem.
It's not a problem. So for me, it's dramatic because
there's nothing dramatic. Other people have done it.
Let me explain. What me this man named Ginger Onwusibe is from Isialangwa North and South, representing them in the National Assembly, and he did say that they were going to do a grand civic reception in the Isialangwa. It was understood because he is the representative of these people. Ikweche's own became dramatic because people felt, you are representing Aba North and South, but you are always pushing and talking about the aspirations of Old Bende. And the people of Aba North and South have always had this feeling that our person have not been representing us, that's why our aspirations are not being carried along. And he hears this kind of comments. And that's why his own is dramatic. That's why I'm trying to make a difference between the two.
Okay, so
nobody is against the endorsement.
Point is, okay, he could have galvanized the support in Aba North and Aba South.
Good, my constituents. You can add and say, Old Bende, my people in Aba North and South. So that they say you are their representative, means you are our face, you are our eye, you are our everything. That's the point. That Ginger's own did not make a case, was not dramatic, because he is representing Isialangwa North and South. So when he did a grand reception for Isialangwa North and South for Otti, it was smooth. But you cannot be representing Aba North and South, and every time when you are talking as an Old Bender. Nobody can throw away your origin. Nobody can. But mix it, blend it, so that they will know that you are not one-sided. You are also one. You are here. Enyendeba, according to Wiki. Enyendeba. That's just all.
Okay, the Ebonyi State Governor Francis Nwifuru has lifted a suspension placed on 81 government officials. He directed the commissioners, senior special assistants, and permanent secretaries who were suspended on July 28, 2025 to resume official duties immediately. This was contained in a statement issued by the governor's chief press secretary, Monday Uzo. Among those affected in the wave of suspension were the Attorney General, 25 commissioners, 22 permanent secretaries, including 14 senior special assistants and 24 special assistants. The officials had failed to attend an important government function. The commissioners and other political appointees were asked to proceed on a 1-month working suspension with immediate effect without salary payment. Well, and the 1 month no reach again.
You know, the suspension generated a lot of reactions, and I think that the governor must have heard, seen, felt the pulse of the people. Number one, the number is much, 81. That's a lot. That's a lot. It clearly showed that he acted out of anger, right? And I think that he has decided to retrace his steps. I feel they've also learned their lesson, so they should welcome back.
Well, till now, we're here to get the full picture. What is this function
that they did not attend?
That has been causing this wahala. We've heard birthdays that the governor's child was having a birthday. We've heard all manner of speculations. Even the government officials are shying away from telling us what this function is all about. The people who were so-called suspended have not said anything. So it is obvious that the two parties, they have something they are hiding. It's beginning to look like Sullivan Chime and his SY former deputy governor look for a bad, give the dog a bad name in order to hang it. Anyways, the good thing is that they have resolved whatever differences they may have, and they've been called back to work. This did not last up to 2 weeks, so they'll be getting their full salaries, allowances, and everything.
You can't be sure.
Make a year. This 1 week plus that they did not go to work is like vacation. I'm sure most of them they've even traveled to Abuja. I was this man don't call us back. Let's board the next flight back to Aboye. It's an opportunity for them to actually visit places they've not visited for a while. We'll take another break now. When we're done with that, we have more stories to look at.
In the kitchen game, there are players and then Agba Ballers MVP, Player of the Year 10-0, no rival. Become an Agba Baller with the new improved Maggi chicken flavor, made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric to bring out your top game in the kitchen. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go!
New Maggi chicken flavor, my game changer.
Start your day and have a good time. Kivo Krima. Even when you need to clear your eyes. Kivo Krima. Or when you need to have the break time. Kivo Krima. If not tea or Pogarita. Kivo Krima. Kivo Krima. Kivo Krima. Kivo Krima.
Good time moments with Kivo Krima.
Kivo Krima.
One day now, one day. Walk no go rest day. Say you still fit go on holiday. Make you no day complain. Retire in grand style. Make it worth your while. Choose a partner that won't stress you out. Let's shape your future. Access ARM is working for you. Access ARM is investing for you. To live a life that you dream for you. We don't go for your head.
Let's help you shape the future you deserve. Access ARM Pensions. Future shaping.
Little body, big moves. Little brain, big learning. Your little child is eager to do big things. Every sachet of Cerelac Junior comes with the nutrition they need: natural grains, protein, and iron to support their physical growth, learning, and development. So you can fully enjoy your little one's big moments of growth.
MTN Mega Billion Promo nọ ebe a site Monday ruo Saturday n'elekere 7 nke mgbede. Ọtụtụ ndị Naịjirịa ga-enwe ike mere nke ukwuu.
Ịbanye bụ naanị ka ịpịnye star 900 hash n'ekwentị MTN gị. Ka ọ bụla itinyere ruru 100 naira ma nke karịrị ya ga-agụnyere gị ma mụbaa gị ohere ndaba mmeri. Tinye ego n'ekwentị gị taa ma merie n'ego ndende. Usoro na ọnọdụ nọkwa. Gaa na www.mtn.ng maka nkọwa ndị ọzọ. Promo a ga-adị ruo ụbọchị 21 n'ọnwa Septemba.
In today's housing update, real stories from Nigerians benefiting from the ARM Managed Ministry of Finance Incorporated Real Estate Investment Fund, MREIF, also known as MREF, a private sector-led initiative launched by the federal government.
Hello, my name is Mr. Obiora. Thanks to the MREF program, I just bought my first house in Enugu. I paid my 20% upfront and MREF paid the balance.
That's right. MREF is here to make owning a house a reality for more Nigerians, offering affordable mortgages of up to 20 years at a fixed interest rate of just 12% per annum. MREF is open to all Nigerians, and you too could move into your own house. For more information, visit any of the participating banks listed on the MREF website or apply at www.mreif.com.ng.
This message is brought to you by ARM Investment Managers, Fund Manager for MREF.
Ready to change any moment into something extraordinary? Reach for Schweppes. With bold, refreshing flavors made from the finest ingredients, Schweppes excites your senses and satisfies your thirst for quality. Whether you're celebrating a special occasion, unwinding after a busy day, or treating yourself just because, Schweppes is your ideal companion for more than just a drink, but a true experience. Made with over 200 years of experience, Schweppes. Great taste, great flavor. Be original.
In my lane, happy every day. Things are not the same. Oh no. Now I chop from a buffet, unlimited buffet. Why are not they fear? Cause I know it's more than enough for me. Ocean no fit finish. Highway no get limits. I have all I need. Unlimited.
To enjoy unlimited data on your devices, visit airtel.com.ng/HBB.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
People and politics, providing the alternative voice within the democratic space.
All right, quickly now before we open the phone lines, Anambra state government has threatened crackdown on parties violating the 50 million naira campaign fee rule. With the November 8 Guba election drawing near, the Anambra State Signage and Advertisement Agency has intensified its crackdown on political parties yet to comply with the said amount. They call it campaign permit fee. The fee that was imposed by the Anambra State Signage Authority grants political party the right to erect billboard, posters, brand vehicles, hoist banners, engage in other outdoor campaign. Addressing journalists yesterday at the agency's headquarters in Awka, the managing director of ANSA, Chief Officer Tony Ujobonu, revealed that only one out of the 16 registered political parties have complied with the fee. And maybe it will be ABGA.
Have you forgotten that some people came together to say they were paying it on behalf of the state governor?
Well, do you care? 50 million.
When you see things like this, you just cannot help but cry. The essence of not too young to run has been defeated. Remember that bill that eventually became a law under former President Muhammadu Buhari, who is now late? We've practically achieved nothing. How many young persons can afford to just bring out 50 million naira just for you to post your campaign materials?
You will pay for production.
Not to talk about the production, not to talk about the billboards, just for you to have permission, the license to post 50 million naira. So this is just a typical example of how the political elites ensure that certain persons do not break into the corridors of power, that the thing revolves around them. They are the only ones who can dictate who gets what. And that's because most of them were fortunate enough to have had access to power when some of these draconian rules and regulations were not there. Now they have found themselves within the corridors of power. Instead of making things better, what we have seen over time is a situation where they are even making things worse instead of building on things they met on ground. Imagine a state being governed by renowned Professor Charles Soludo,
the technocrat.
One would have expected him to frown at a law like
things
this.
differently.
If there must be a price tag, why should it be up to 50 million naira? Well, we've gotten to the interactive part of the program. Let's hear from you. We have 0907 677 1029, 0916 988 1029. We're streaming live on various platforms. Do well to join us.
Hello, Ben and Annie. Dr. Mabua. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Quickly, please.
That's why one day I said I like this station more than my wife.
Chineke,
and I begin laugh because I married his people's wife, daughter. Now, talking about Alex, Onyocha Naba, the one representing Aba North and Aba South. Now, I said it one day. Aba is Abangwa. Abangwa North and the South. Which, from 1999, I give you later, from 1999 till now, Aba North and Aba South indigenous has ruled Federal House for 2 years, which is FOBC. Since 1999, if you like now, tell me to call the names of those representing from 1999 to date. Now, if we arrest Onyocha Naba for registration without any of the indigenous, is it fair? Is it fair?
Wanevutu.
Is it fair? No, this is something with the catastrophe, and this must stop. This must stop from this moment.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello. Good morning. Hello.
Speak up, please. Or is it from us?
Yes. Go ahead. Your name and location. All right, Elvis, go ahead.
By our president, that is people will complain, people will complain. Hey, none of us are against giving. None of us. Anybody who's against giving a gift, something that makes me fit, that person is a sadist. But what I'm trying to say is this: we are using naira here. You don't have to say equivalent of dollar, so this dollar. Have you heard American president talking about a dollar equivalent of naira? Or have you heard the equivalent dollar of naira? See, when you are in a position, when you are governing people or when you are ruling people, if you cough, people must look into that your cough. You are not on your own. Don't use what president is doing now to equate what Atiku is doing. Atiku is not our president. He's on his own. When he comes to us, we'll talk about him. We will even use that is dollar something not to vote for him. You know? So this issue of our president giving all this money to us, people that win ordinary African Cup, not even one. Don't even work up. Now, the other people have won here, they have gotten their own, other people are going to do their own again. Many people are suffering in this court. They are giving $100,000 to a person because he win ordinary cup for Africa. That man that is working in EEDC, if he climbs a pool, any little thing he will die there. And at the end of the day, you give it 70,000 naira. A person that is working in NNPC or in the street, and little thing, you fall inside the water. At the end of the day, you give him 70,000 naira. Somebody that performed for just maybe 80 minutes or 1 month is being $100,000. But let him not stop. Many people are going to win in this contest. They are coming. Athletes, they are coming. Boxers are coming. So consider giving them $100,000.
Oh. All right. Thank you, sir. I think you've made your point. Thank you. You've been repeating it.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, and good morning, Mr. Ben.
Thank you for joining us. Your name and location.
Yes, my name is Paul Chinedonwate. For now, that PDP can still a lesson. For almost 12 years, PDP has never offered a revolution with ruling party. They know the entire parliament. It's not clear. Some of the APC's number at the end of some Yash and please. I want to give you a bit of fun. It's not your family on that. It's not my duty. For me, I've made such
Hello, Paul. We're actually struggling to hear you, unfortunately.
Really
if you can hear us, you may want to try our other numbers, all right? Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Your name and location.
This is Woman calling from Abba.
Go ahead.
Look, my brother. Some of these ranger elements who decide, who feel that the silence of Ngwaman is weakness should watch it and watch it very, very well. The Ngwaman has accommodated stranger elements and we give them that liberty. But if any stranger element decides to take an Ngwaman for a ride, we are going to resist it.
Well, it's quite unfortunate that we have allowed this conversation to degenerate to this level. Let me try as much as I can to sound civil. We're talking about elections here, right? Since 1999. Yes, it may sound unfortunate that since 1999, indigenous people have only had an opportunity to represent this area for 2 years. Like the last caller said, I don't even think it was up to 2 years. What was his name? My senior friend, Honorable ABCK, did not spend up to 2 years at the House of Representatives, just a year plus. But let's not make this look like some people came with weapons, AK-47, armored tanks, and conquered us as a people. No, it's an election. If you people can afford to strategize and get one of your own, rally around your person and have him represent you. When I came to Aba, and if you remember one of the conversations we had, I told you that once upon a time we had a very powerful chief of staff in Enugu State, in the person of Ifeoma Nwobodo. She was the chief of staff to Sullivan Chime, very powerful. At the point, people felt she was even the de facto governor. That's how powerful she was. Ifeoma Nwobodo comes from Udi, but her husband is from Nkanu West. When that administration was winding down, she wanted to go to the National Assembly to represent Nkanu West. But guess what? Nkanu people came out to say, no, madam.
You don't marry.
No, she is married to Nkanu.
Okay.
She's from Udi.
I get it.
The Nkanu people said, no, go to Udi. You are our wife. You will not represent us. They did not go to war. They went to the election and made it happen. Elected one of their own. So, for me, we shouldn't allow this degenerate to attacks or insults or vocal abuses. No. Election is supposed to be civil. It's all about strategy. Okay? Please, and going forward, if you call, you don't sound civil, we would have to cut you. Please, okay? This is not a platform to cause chaos in the land. It won't benefit anybody. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Ben. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for joining us. Your name and location.
My name is Chinenye Siguzo.
Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from Oboy and okay.
Go ahead.
But I'm from Obiungwa.
Go ahead.
I'm still talking about the representation of Ungwa people in elections. You see, in as much as I'm not a tribalist, or I don't want to sound that way, our people should be very cautious when making statements. Governor Oti came as an indigenous of Isialangwa South to represent a election, and he was elected. Ikweche, who is representing Aba South and Aba North and South, came from Bende.
Hello? Hello? Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Your name and location.
Good morning. I'm Chief President. I'm calling from my ancestral home in Obakaloma, precisely.
Go ahead.
You see, the issue of Ikweche shouldn't actually take all our time after listening to very good topics you people dished out today.
And then you're adding your voice again.
It shouldn't really take us all our time. The truth of the matter is this. When you perform very well in your elected role, you don't need the umbrella of the governor to really get another shot. When you perform very well in your duty post, you don't need to be running around the performing governor to really do something nice for the people. Remember, we have never forgotten how he told an Uber driver that he will make him disappear. We have never forgotten how he slaps him front and back.
Can you focus on what we're discussing? You're still taking this conversation to the gutters. We're not interested in all that this morning, all right? Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Go ahead.
I want to do something concerning the Anambra State. How will the state governor say that the opposition is going to pay 15 million before they put the campaign? Is it not the people will tell us? Tomorrow night will come out and tell us he's going to contest one time in president. These are wickedness in justice. And they were taking away to finalize the opposition. The opposition will not have mouth to contest, will not have mouth to compete and also to campaign in their state. It's that wickedness is uncalled for. It's the right time the federal government have to look into this and also make the policy that the federal government have to impose on the opposition party. Because the opposition party, I don't see any ruling party doing very well, because the opposition party make them to sit very well and also make sure that things are going well in the state. That's my take. Thanks. Have a wonderful morning.
All right, you too. Thank you. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Your name and location.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Chris. I'm calling from Umolilok. Annie, good morning.
Good morning, bro. Quickly, please.
Yeah, I want to back up what Ben has said concerning my people. They should strategize and see how we recover that seat and represent our own people. I am an Ungwa man. So, Ben, you are just grounded. And I back up what you say. That is what we should do. And start this. No, let's just get to the drawing board and draw a strategy and stop this mess. Me, I hate it. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. For sounding civil enough, thank you. Let's take a look at the Facebook.
Ibokwe Charles, President Tinubu is doing the direct opposite of his campaign promises. This is pathetic. People are suffering. Okay, Ibokwe, just come and pay us small money, teaching money. We can help you do that second announcement. Oh, thank you. Now, so Francis Nwabeze is appreciating the governor for extending the maternity leave. He said, carry on with your excellent work in Abia. That's good. Hyacinth Obonna, multi-billion naira donation to victims of flood. Another emergency by the First Lady obviously shows lack of financial prudence and fiscal responsibility in the federal government. All well, Izinwa Ebere, the action of NAFDAC to confiscate goods worth 1.5 billion naira is a credit to the scorecard of that agency. Some dubious individuals would have continued to harm innocent people. Obviously, laws are made in Nigeria only for average Nigerians. The cream de la cream just step on the laws and move on. From naira abuse to the rest of them, 1 billion from First Lady will always create room for suffering, so they will have something to politicize with. Obagwe Emmanuel Simba said 6 months maternity for nursing mothers is way too much. Really? Yeah. He said some of the nursing mothers will not like the idea.
Is he a woman? Or are you the spokesperson of
Ifeanyi Nwachukwu, First Lady donating 1 billion is commendable. The federal government should put more proactive measures to prevent further disaster from happening. Nnamdi Ezimora, the government extending maternity leave to 6 months is a welcome development to create the bond between mother and baby. That's correct. Chijoke Imebu, I'm not against the government rewarding our athletes, but honestly, that amount is too much. National awards are okay. You can hardly see Westerners give such amount when you pay for your work. Comrade Ifeanyi Nwoye is thanking the governor for lifting the suspension. Tempoli Umoeda. Okay. Politicians in Nigeria should take it easy because their first team is still on board. Mezie Okere, the palliative will not get to the targeted audience. Let me ask, can this menace be fixed once and for all? Wow. Urumoki said donating money to victims of flood and banditry is akin to putting plaster over decaying skin. Ew. Okay. OY Black Favor. Magic FM ADC ride on. Let Tinubu know that he's abusing our money. Carly Nash said extending maternity leave by 6 months is a good one. Combining being a career woman, childbirth, families isn't easy. She said this gladdens my heart. Ben, over to you. Okay, watching us from the live feed. Stanley Rentals, okay, watching from Omoma in Rivers. Oh, that's popped up. Ifeanyi Nwachukwu, Tinubu has no regard for our currency because our currency has become so inferior. Chinekeme. Nathan Chinedu is appreciating us for telling the truth if they will believe it. I've read that one from Felix Ihemeje. I expect Abaribe and Akobono to resolve the issue surrounding the ADC coalition in Abia if they are part of it, because there is an unseen hand trying to cause commotion and problem in the party. Paul has made a call. Mwachukwu Anthony Sunday. Annie, you're saying the truth. Ikweche should focus more on Aba than Old Bende, or let him go and contest for Bende federal constituency. Kelly Chimobi has a question. Why is it that in Nigeria, anywhere evil men is, politicians will go and I don't know. Oputa Justice, Alex Ikweche's endorsement drama is as a result of his fear to face Chimobi Bisike, who is a son of the soil, in 2027. He should remember that he's an Abga and celebrating OT more than those in Labour Party, though Labour Party has no party. Chinekeme. Chibuzo DMX Ekpemu, give money to empower people. We can train people in skill and empower them. Every community needs a skill acquisition. I don't know who you were referring to actually. Michael Carlo, Aba North and South, wake up from your sleep. Power is not given, rather it is taken. Be strategic and you will win. 60% of voters, it didn't sleep, where is it? 60% of voters are not indigents. That's according to my brother here. Francis Uzoma, Honorable Don Norman is the capacity state chairman of ADC. while I'm the one in charge of Abasa. Okay. You can come and pay and advertise so that people will know you. Chickly money. Gabriel, after 6 months is a reasonable period for a mother to nurse her baby. Good one from Mrs. Priscilla Oti for the initiative. Now the State Assembly must hasten up and pass the bill into law as well and mandate private sectors to follow suit. Oh, that private sector, they're too stubborn. We'll go past them. From Sir Ubeli Ike, until we engage in massive reorientation with a view to de-emphasizing greed and monetary gratification, we will not stop having quackery in all facets of our private and national life. We tend to sacrifice human lives on the altar of Not your word. Architect Gabriel Ode, with due respect to the builders, their claim to be the sole people a building site is not correct. In a formal building site, the law recommends that there should be a builder, a site engineer, and resident architect. Tinubu's wife should be called to account for the billions she's been donating. It's a Magic FM is the best radio station in Nigeria. You people are trying. Thank you for the kind words. Ike Nwoke is being sponsored by the opposition. The governor of Ebonyi did not tell us the function was his daughter's birthday as alleged by one of them. Power indeed intoxicates. Come and see. I never see Governor Soludo. Come and see. I never see Governor Soludo is not fair with his political policies from Anambra. Okay, Princess from Aba. This is from Udenwa Communication. On the issue of granting leave, a family that have a new baby is good, but the father, he should control himself, because within that period the lady will be glittering. Some will understand where I'm going to avoid another pregnancy. Oh, if your wife is glittering, you don't have self-control to know that she just needs a recovery right now. Yeah. I think that what is wrong is not necessarily whether on non-indigenous or indigenous representing us. What is uppermost is carrying everyone along. That is the word. Carrying everyone along. Be sensitive to the feelings of the indigenous. This is from Uguma. Oh, I missed his name. Uguma Jonah Wago from Umunze. Okay. Thank you, sir. Uza Zubike has been in that position before ABCK. Uza Zubike is from Isi Alangwa North.
What's Ungwa?
Yeah. They're talking of indigenes now, not Ungwa. The food stuff that he shared was circulated to everyone. Let's give Alex his flowers. He's doing well more than his predecessor. The rice and gari he shared, was it only for old Ben there? Dollar Obona Odemelam from Obingwa. Dollar is not a human being and will get angry if you don't mention his name on such reward ceremony. Why don't the president mention Naira only? Will Dollar flog him if he didn't mention his name? He says all these Ungwa people calling for an Ungwa man for representation. Then bring out one Ungwa man to contest. This same set of people will tell you, he dug a borehole in those days and we were not giving to them.
Okay, so there you have it. That's all time would permit this morning. Thank you for being part of the program. We'll be back again tomorrow morning for another edition. My name is Ben Watu.
My name is Anastasia Uchena. Have a lovely day.
You can have it hot, big chocolate. You can have it cold, big chocolate. You can have it at home, at school, at work, or when you hit the road. It doesn't matter who you are, grown up or a kid. Enjoy the chocolate to goodness every day, because you need to reach your peak. Everybody needs nourishing goodness. Just a cup, you'll see it's true. Taste the nourishment you can enjoy. Big chocolate it is.
Kids, grown-ups, it doesn't matter. Have a rich cup of peak chocolate milk powder anytime and enjoy the delicious nourishment of chocolatey goodness.
Big chocolate it is.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
One day now, one day. What no go rest deep. Say you still fit go on holiday, make you no dey complain. Retire in grand style, make it worth your while. Choose a partner that won't stress you out. Let's shape your future. Access ARM is working for you. Access ARM is investing for you. To live a life that you dream for you. We don't go for your hand.
Let's help you shape the future you deserve. Access ARM Pensions. Future shaping.
Pass me the ball, Joe.
See, now who the lip come so?
Now Henry, hey, oh boy, which time we get limp with walking stick now?
Nah, no, so have job base. Since that is a dead game, he come be like say the time I muscle to my bones.
Harry, now so you come the use stick waka like papa. You never hear of Vilicin Balm? Vilicin Balm na brand of methyl salicylate and menthol crystal. We will give you effective and soothing relief from body pain, aches, lumbar and rheumatism, whether na for work or play. Vilicin na effective